Give time to your children. Spend time with your children. Dollar cannot raise children, no. Television cannot raise children, no. In Africa, housemaid are used to raise children, but now it's no more housemaid. You put iPad inside the hand, you put phone inside the hand. You say just play with it to keep quiet. And sometimes because you know the law in America is that you cannot leave a young child alone at home, you lock them inside and scream everywhere. And you leave innocent children alone at home, not knowing what they are doing, not knowing what they are exposed to. Listen to me. The importance of spending time with your children is so crucial because they want to feel your warmth. We are created as an animal for relationship. Leave a man alone in an island, before long, he will be on the path to destruction. Nobody to love, nobody to touch, nobody to say hi, nobody to communicate. That is what we do with our children. Even you see a father is in the house, he doesn't talk to the child. He says, go, that is busy, that is busy. Go and play with your toy. Go and play with your toy. And see, the child does not have feeling. A young boy met his father one day and said, Dad, how much did they pay you at work? So why do you want to know? He said, Dad, I just want to know. How much did they pay you per hour? He said, I'm paid $100 per hour. I said, good. So he went and came back. I said, Daddy, please, can you borrow me $40? So why? He said, please, I need it, just $40. So he went back and put $100, $40 plus $60 that he saved. He put it in an envelope and said, Daddy, please, I want to pay $100 for 1 hour on Friday, just 1 hour. So stay with me, play with me, talk with me, hug me, hold me. On Friday, don't close at 5, close at 4. This is $100. The man began to cry. What a profound message. What a profound lesson. That boy wanted 1 hour of his father and he saved $60. And he said, Daddy, borrow me 40. This is $100 an hour. Most of the time we believe, oh, they don't know. It is in Africa that people are going old and they're buying 10-house mansion. The man is already 65 and is moving home to a 10-room. Now tell me, who will live in those 10 rooms? Who is going to clean it? The average Caucasian, by the time they are growing older, they reduce. They move from 5-bedroom to 2. They move from 2-bedroom to 1 elder's apartment, 1 room, face me, I face you, toilet, everything, they stay. But African mindset will say, how would they hear? They would think I become poor. Hey, no way. No way. I have to live in that big mansion. The higher I go, the higher they know. You have problem. You have problem. Big time. You have problem because you don't understand that is not what defines you as a person. It is not your worth. The car you have, the house you have is not your worth. What defines your worth is your character. What defines your worth is what you do. What defines your worth is the way you live. Many of us are living the life of lies. Deceit. You are not what you are. But you are claiming to be who you are not. You are trying to please those who don't even know you. You are trying to live for those who don't care. Listen to me. Ask somebody, what dress did I wear to church on Sunday? They don't remember. But you have to go and break your neck, swipe card, say, I was dressed to kill. They will take. They will take. By the time I ran, hallelujah. After that day, nobody remember, but you are the one paying the bills. You will drink the garlic, correct? You will drink it. Because you are trying to show and at the expense of your seed. Children, oh, we need something to say. I tell your teacher, I don't have that. But you can buy to match back, to match shoe, to match dress, and then the children, for their future, you deny them. Know what you do before the children, number 1. Number 2, spend time with them. Spend time with them. Anybody you spend time with, you are telling them, I love you. Anybody you spend time with, you are telling them, I care. Anyone you, listen to me, Listen to me. No matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm talking with, if my daughter steps, I say, Dad, all action turn to her. Are you following me? Yes, all action turn to her. Say, yeah, sorry, hold on and let me talk to my daughter. What's going on? Oh, my son shows up. Why? Because God gave them to me as what? To nurture. To get. Their God's is not mine. The way you deal with God's property is how the reflection will show in your future. It said, teach a child while it is young the way it will go. That may do what? It may give you peace. It's not a curse. It's not a curse. The way you raise your child is the feedback you will get thereafter. And number 3, don't label your child. Don't label them. This one. Now Sulutu, I know he's slow. Who's slow? Bello just slow. It's too slow. This one, oh, he's my power. It's fire for fire. I'm my man. Fire for fire. I follow you label them. But the error there is that there are some children who are slow starters. But they are the one who have longevity. They are the one who really care. They are the one who are the performer. But the 90-day one that expose them to something that requires time, they fizzle out. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Are you getting me? Oh, my daughter. Oh, she's there. It's caring. But when it's a prolonged issue, that is when the true character will show up. So the one you label as slow may be your deliverer for future. The one you think is a performer may be the one that will lose hope and say, let's send that to nothing. Let's send that to nothing. He said, hey, I labor over nothing. She's the one that will first propose. Why? Because she has no longevity. She's fire brand. Are you following me? 90-day wonder. Are you getting me? No patience. She wants it done now. And move on anywhere. Praise the name of the Lord. So don't label them. Don't label them. And whatever you want your son or your daughter to be, number 4, prophesy it over their life. Yes. You are a champion. You're a winner. In spite of the fact that they may not be where you are saying, don't worry, they will become. Are you following me? You know what Jesus said? Jesus said, follow me and I will make. Follow me and I will make you fishers of men. You can tell your child, follow me, and you become an engineer. Because you dream to be a doctor and because you don't know physics, chemistry, and biology, you become brother last life. Don't now impose it on your child to become it. Don't. A mother insisted that the daughter should go and read medicine. And the daughter struggled. From medicine to dentistry. From dentistry, she just threw in the towel and no more doing science. And today she's a lawyer. Are you following me? That was our original portion. That was the original path. But they refused. They said, no, America, you will not be. No, doctor. I must see doctor behind your name. Today she's what? A lawyer. And after she has wasted 2 or 3 years of meandering where she has no grace and no strength for. How do you know what your children is supposed to be? Begin to look at the trajectory of their life. Begin to look at what they do. Begin to look at where they head and begin to intelligently engage them. When you put toys down, are you following me? And you tell boys and girls to go and pick. Are you following me? What will boys naturally pick? They'll pick gun, they'll pick car, they'll pick guitar, they'll pick a girl will naturally pick dog. Are you following me? But when a boy goes to pick a dog, you didn't have night vigil. Night vigil. Why is a sign that something is wrong with that boy? Are you following me? He picks a dog, couldn't ever me. You see car in the pig, you see gun in the pig, you see toy in the pig. Please deliver me. Oh, deliver me. You need night vigil over the boy. Why? Listen to me. Why? Because every child that is born and skin on the inside. You will never see in the Bible, are you following me, a boy child? What do you see? Man child. Because inside that boy, as he's born, a man is inside him. Yes. Are you getting me? And when you see a boy, are you following me, who begin to walk in the light of being a man child, he orders others around. He tells the girl, you are mommy, you see that we are the daddy. Praise the Lord. In the mindset, are you following me? Even when not exposed to other things, they have it at their mind that they are men. This is what I see about you. You will become. You will become. Stop cursing them. Stop saying things in anger against them. Now, each time you do that, what are you doing? You are bringing a curse on yourself. Because the fruit of it, you will eat it. Are you following me? The result of you will eat it. And because the more you speak to a child, the more you decree the life of the child, that child will become that what you are saying. Listen to me. Proverbs 17:6. Please show it to us. What does it say? Proverbs 17:6. Proverbs 17:6. It says, children's children are what? And what? You see, you don't allow them to enjoy glory. They glory about you. Oh, my daddy has big house. Oh, my daddy has big car. Oh, my daddy is rich. Oh, my daddy is this. Oh, my daddy is that. Why? Because they glory about you, but you don't return the pleasure. You don't return, the desire. You cut them down. You don't hear them. You don't listen to them. You think you know it all. It is not all children that can handle freedom. Are you following me? Don't take chances with the gift of God for you. Can your children go outside of this? Yeah, they can. If they are well structured and nurtured and cared for and have that self-confidence not to be carried away. Listen to your children. Listening to them does not take the authority from you. Listening to them does not take dominion from you. In fact, listening to them helps you to know how they are thinking and how to handle their thinking. I told my children, I said to them, when we first came in 2003, I said, inside this house, we're in Nigeria. But when you open the door and go out, you're in America. So, but before Nigeria enters America, Nigeria must receive the culture and the discipline of America. And we agree, it was an agreement. Are you following me? And they understood that if I say no, it is no. If the mom say no, it is no. Why? Because we are one voice. What am I leading to? Don't label them. Don't disregard them. Don't see them as non-entity. They have soul. They have spirit. They have mind. And they have reason. And sometimes your child may ask you a question that will throw your balance. If you don't have the answer, don't shout him down. Say, okay, Gina, I understand what they say. Well, let daddy think about it. I'll come and answer. Are you getting me? A boy asked the mother. He said, Mommy, how does baby get inside the tummy? The mommy said, big question. Big question. He said, you see, for mother to have baby inside her, she will sit down, eat pounded yam, eat tamala, eat it will eat, and the thing will come on, and become this big. Say good. And the boy believed. And so, come and see, she embarrassed her. So they go to one man and said, I don't want to know. He saw a pregnant woman and was pointing to the pregnant woman. I know what you did for a big tummy. I know what you did. The woman almost passed out. He said, no. It's too late. It's too late. Because the other woman thought that the boy was so dirty to know what she actually did. But she didn't know that was what the mother told the boy, that the boy was repeating. The woman felt almost so embarrassed. Any question they ask you, and you don't have an answer for, you can tell them, well, Junior, you are too young to understand now. But remind me in 2 years' time, I will tell you. Or remind me 5 times. There is wisdom. Be patient. Be kind. Be diligent. Are you following me? read with them. So I want you to understand, attention you are giving must be what? Must be continuous. In order for the child to benefit from grace. I want you to agree with me today that from today, as much as it lies in your power, work it out with your husband, that you not do a job that will keep you away too long away from them. And listen to me, as a mother, if you are the breadwinner, pray for your husband, are you following me, to acquire skill in order to become what? To become a, except he chooses to be a house husband. You know, there are some who do that. The wife goes to work, but they are the one who will take care of the children, who will feed them, who will be around them, who will take them from school. Are you following me? Why is it important? So that by the time they return home, they meet somebody at home to help them, hug them, welcome them, nurture them, and strengthen them. Because the issue of children today is so crucial, because there are wolves out there who want to tell them the thing you can't tell them. Who want to show them the thing you can't show them. You know, just like you have issues to talk, children do have. The person bullying them, the person beating them, the person cutting them down. I say, Father, I have an assignment that is bigger than me. If I think I can do it in my ability, I will be playing the fool. Because your word tells me, not by power, not by might, but by my spirit. Father, the spirit of the Lord that helped those who have gone before me, let it come upon me this day. Begin to ask the Lord. Tell the Lord, the spirit of the Lord that work for those who have gone